Good day, hello mates. Welcome to the Wolfgang podcast, and this is an Australian podcast all about things Australian, if you might say so. We talk about koalas, boomerangs, didgeridoos, and your favourite dingoes. Yeah, okay, that's nothing to do with the podcast at all. Did I tell you about the trouser story?
I do not believe you did.
No. Okay. Well, basically, the other day I had an interview in a disclosed location, and basically,
Sounds mysterious.
yeah, I know it does sound mysterious. There was no dodgy business going on. I can confirm that. So basically, I went for this interview, and before I did that, because it's quite a big building, a disclosed big building, might I add. And basically I went to the toilet beforehand, and me being me, forgetting that I'm not in my room playing Diablo 3, because that's all I do in my life, in my pyjamas, I went to grab my trousers, which I thought were pyjama bottoms, because I just spend all my time indoors apparently. I literally fucking pulled them instead of undoing the buttons. And, oh my god, the buttons went flying. Yeah, I broke my trousers. The one interview, well, I was wearing fully suited and booted, because it's a serious job. The one interview, I went without a belt, without a belt. The buttons went flying on the floor. Someone was pooping, I think, because I heard some fart noises. And all I could hear was this doof, doof, doof on the ground, because like when you drop something, it makes that sort of coin sound. That's all I heard. So obviously I still had to go for this interview, because can't just go. I already made it there, might as well do the interview. Yeah. So I do the interview, and all I can think about is my trousers. Like what would happen? What's gonna happen? What am I gonna do? Because these are like the trousers I had from school. I was a lot bigger back then, So they're very loose. They're very loose, right? Okay, you got that. They're very loose.
Yeah.
So basically, did the interview. I think it went really well. Stood up, went to shake their hands. Fucking trousers fell down. Yeah, I know. This is the worst interview I have ever done. And honestly, she said, do I need to call security? I was like, no, I apologise. I'm just going to leave. Oh, God. It's the worst interview ever.
Do I need to call security? Nope, my trousers just fell down, love.
Yeah. Oh, my God. It was the worst interview ever. Honestly, I've never been such a bad interview. So yeah, anything interesting happened to you recently?
No,
to that extent.
I don't really have much. I don't have an interesting life. I have belts, and my trousers always fit.
Yeah, so you don't have any trouser-related escapades.
I have no trouser malfunctions.
Well, that's all right then, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, well, now that's out of the way, I can't think of anything else I need to talk about, so we might as well go to the gaming section. Yeah, is there any games you've been playing recently that you don't normally play?
Well, Diablo 3.
Well, yeah, we've been playing a lot of Diablo 3, which is an amazing game.
I finally started The Wolf Among Us. I bought, because it was an Xbox sale, I bought the Telltale collection.
Oh, yeah.
And Wolf Among Us was fantastic. Everything about that game was great.
Yeah.
Especially the soundtrack. It was so good. And then I started Season 2 of The Walking Dead, which was really, really good.
Yeah.
And I partially started Game of Thrones today, but I couldn't be bothered to finish it.
Yeah, it's one of them games, isn't it? Like I still haven't finished that. I still haven't played Chapter 5 yet on Game of Thrones Telltale game.
I played it on PC, and I completed it pretty much in one go.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Come today, I was like, I got to halfway through the first chapter and was like, I'm not in any hurry.
Yeah, I get like that with a lot of games, because I can't even speak. It's all that trouser talk that's taken me out of all this action. I've I've been playing a lot of what is it called? I actually played Minecraft the other day, surprisingly, because there's this mod that came out. Someone's telling me about, and I
Yeah.
just thought, well, screw it, I might as well play it. And it was shit, but yeah. Apart from that, just basically Diablo 3. I'm sure there was another game I had on the tip of my tongue that I've been playing, but it's completely gone from my mind. So, oh yeah, I've been playing WoW a lot. Getting back into
Yeah.
that, ready for Legion. So, can't wait for that.
When did that come out?
I have no idea. It's spring 2016, I think. They haven't got a release date on it. I'll probably get the collector's edition because I'm sad. It's not even got anything interesting. I think it's got an art book and that's it. But yeah,
Art books are great. I have quite a few.
yeah, they're definitely something that you can look at a lot, I guess. Yeah, because I bought the
Yeah.
I bought the Super Mario Maker art book for the Wii U. The collector's edition that came with the little amiibo rubbish and the art book. But I've basically I traded my Wii U in. I just literally kept the box and the art book. So like in the future, when that's like a really obscure game, I'll rebuy the Super Mario Maker version and just sell it off with the box and the amiibo.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah. Until then.
I can see that becoming a bit of a rarity in the future.
Yeah, hopefully, unless 2 million people bought them, which I do not know. They might have done. Yeah,
I don't even know how well the game sold, so it could be quite a rare game in the future.
yeah, could be. I don't know. I think it was one of the better selling Wii U games, but I could be wrong.
There's not. I don't really know much about the Wii U, but from what I've heard, it's not the best selling console in the world.
No, it's like almost. It's probably around the same level as Dreamcast. But
In fact, I think there was even a rumor that Nintendo were going to close production of the Wii U.
yeah, I did hear that. But I'm sure they said they denied it. So
I'm pretty sure they said it's not true. Well,
yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. 'Cause
it didn't. When I heard it, I thought, that's not surprising because
No.
I don't know much about the Wii U, but I know it didn't.
Yeah,
I know that it caused Nintendo some problems when it first released because
Yeah.
it really didn't sell that
No.
well.
no, but it's not a surprise at the end of the day. They marketed it very weirdly. Like they basically said it was. Basically people thought it was just like an add-on for the Wii or something, didn't they? Yeah.
Well, I think it's to do with handheld consoles because
Yeah.
I don't know how well Nintendo DSs and all that are selling nowadays.
No,
I don't think that Nintendo don't really release the statistics anymore.
No, there's not really a
But I
mass
know that-
market for it.
I know PS Vita didn't sell particularly
no.
well, and I always wanted a PS Vita
Mm.
because I wanted it for remote play and
Yeah.
I wanted a couple of games. And then everywhere I looked, I was looking on forums like, should I get one? And most people were like, that depends. Do you like having a console that has barely any games for it?
Yeah, that's the
'Cause
problem.
there's like apparently no decent games for the PS Vita at
No,
all.
there's like a couple of games that are worth playing. That's about it. No, that's the problem with handheld devices now because you always have a mobile phone which is capable of gaming. So
Yeah,
Why do you
you
need
got
one?
mobile. I mean, you think about the PSP. I can't remember what the specs were for that, but they weren't great.
no.
And you think any
still
modern
use
day
mine.
smartphone is now more powerful than a PSP.
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? It's like, well, like I play PSP games, literally play PSP games on my phone. So yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you can get emulators for PSP games and on
yeah.
DS games on Android.
Yeah,
So
there's no market for it, is there? So because
yeah,
I'm quite new to the whole Android thing, so yeah,
I
I'm
love it.
discovering things.
I switched from Apple to Android about 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah,
I just think it's so much better.
yeah, same. Well, I mean, I've literally only just switched. Like, I had a brief period when I had the Xperia Play, but I was having problems with it, so I ended up trading it. I got another iPhone, but yeah, yeah, I'm really enjoying my HTC One. It's a really nice phone.
Yeah, they Android. I love the openness of Android.
Yeah,
I feel like Apple is too restricting.
yeah, that is that's the problem with it. Unless it's jailbroken, it's shit.
Yeah,
basically
even
it.
then, I think problem with jailbreaking. I think the problem with all things like that is because it's a mod. It means that you're relying on like a random person somewhere to update it, fix the problems, and because it doesn't have like a giant team working on it, it's not an official app, so it's a bit cheap. Sometimes it doesn't work that well.
Yeah,
Sometimes they're great. I've used a few. I mean, when I had my iPod jailbroken, there were a few apps I used that were fantastic.
oh yeah,
And there were also a few that were really crappy and cheap.
yeah, God, yeah. Like, because they just let anything on the iTunes. Well, that's how it feels. They just let anything on the iTunes store.
Yeah.
Steam take a hint from this. Don't let shit onto your store because it's just a waste of like time and resources.
I feel like Android is worse for that because the Android
Oh, yeah.
process to get a new app on there is really apparently quite easy.
Oh yeah, you can see a lot of garbage apps, but as long as you know to tend to stay away from it, it's normally okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyhow, I don't know if you've probably heard this bit of news. Xbox boss Phil Spencer stressed to PC gamers that the company is listening to their feedback. The company is hoping to make Windows 10 a great gaming experience by continuing and and add new features like the new ones in May. Through an update to the Xbox PC app coming in May, Microsoft will enable the ability to disable VSync and add support for G-Sync and FreeSync. So,
I didn't actually know about the Windows 10 Xbox update, but I did
No.
know that several times Phil Spencer has said they're working on making Windows 10 Microsoft gaming platform and things like that.
yeah,
I'm excited for it.
yeah,
Because I love my Xbox. I love Xbox exclusives, and I love my PC.
yeah.
I hope it's not Games to Windows Live again.
No, yeah, that would be terrible.
I think Games to Windows Live was a good idea. It was just very poorly executed.
Yeah, it's just like,
The way they're doing it though is really, I think, really stupid. I understand it, but I think it's stupid. They're only like, at least for now, releasing their games on the Windows Store, the Windows 10 Universal Windows App Store, things like
as
that.
well as things like Angry Birds, which is already there. But yeah,
But so far, the Windows 10 Store has always been terrible. It always crashed like the moment I did anything.
yeah,
And they finally released a game I love, Gears of War Ultimate Edition, the remaster,
yeah,
on PC. But there had a lot of errors when it first released. Apparently, the download was incredibly broken.
yeah,
People who have got it say it's practically dead online because it's not cross-platform play.
yeah. So you can't.
And because it's on Windows Store only, hardly anyone uses the Windows 10 Store, so it's probably only got about 5,000 downloads in total.
Yeah, that's the
I
big
think
problem.
they should have just released it on Windows Store as well as Steam,
Yeah,
and then did cross-platform play with PC. Because the good thing about PC, the Xbox version is it has 60 frames per second online, so it's not like PC players are getting a huge advantage
No,
because
maybe-
they're also getting 60 frames.
yeah. Maybe mouse and keyboard better ghosting times, but apart from that, it's
Yeah.
minuscule, isn't it? But
Yeah. I get why they did it, because
Yeah.
if they do it on the Windows Store, they get 100% of the profits instead of Steam taking 30%.
yeah,
But
they probably would have made more money if they put it on Steam anyway.
yeah,
Yeah.
because like I said, how many people are really going to use the Windows 10 Store? It's terrible for
Not
a
a lot.
start,
Maybe
and no one really cares about it.
they should basically do games for Windows Live, but good. Just like a Windows Games Store, and a separate thing from the Windows Store, just to buy games on it, buy Microsoft games, whatever, I don't know, but just something good, Microsoft, god damn it. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
I'm torn on that decision because I think the damage is done. I think they already kind of ruined their whole PC ideals with Games for Windows Live, and I think
Yeah.
a lot of people are going to be a bit trepidatious about it because they
Yeah.
know Games for Windows Live is terrible, and the whole Windows 10 Universal App thing that's going on now. But at the same time, Steam wasn't very good when that first launched.
no,
So if they like made a new Games for Windows Live thing and tweaked it, made it a little bit better, it
Yeah.
could be really good. It could be a really good way to get cross-platform play on exclusives.
yeah, yeah, it would
And
be.
like what they're doing with Quantum Break, I think that's a really good. If you buy pre-order Quantum Break through the Xbox One store,
Yeah.
you get it free on PC.
See, that's good. Like,
And I
a big-
almost bought it because I really want the game, but the thing is, you have to get it through the Xbox One store, and it's about 50 quid on the Xbox store.
yeah, I mean, that's like, big corporate companies actually like listening to fans and actually producing for the fans. It's good, but
Yeah.
the damage, as you say, the damage is already done. They should probably
Yeah.
market to the next generation of gamers. That's just because
Yeah.
the people who've experienced it already, we're not interested. We don't care.
Well, I don't know if you've heard about it, but the whole PlayStation 4K, I don't know anything about it. I just know it's
I
for
have heard of it. Yes. isn't it the? I think it's also branded. Isn't it like branded the PlayStation 4.5 as well?
Yeah,
Something about that. Yeah, I saw about
I
that.
don't know anything about it, but
No, yeah,
I mean,
I
what do you think about it? I think it's a bit too far ahead of itself because
yeah,
there are some games on PlayStation 4 that aren't 1080p yet,
yeah,
and somehow they're gonna do 4K.
yeah. Apparently, the PS 4.5. This is a rumor going around. It's going to have twice as powerful GPU, uh, and Deep Down and God of War 4 among launch titles. I mean, I hope this isn't a thing. Like they're just making this so it'll be able to run games at 4K. Hopefully, it's not something to do with we're making a new PS4. Yeah, you know that PS4 you bought last year. It's useless. Can't
Yeah,
play the latest
useless.
game. Because I will be mightily pissed and I'll never buy a console again. But
I would be annoyed if, I mean, I don't have a PlayStation 4, but if I was a PlayStation fan and Sony were like, yeah, this is going to be a separate console, everything's going to be 4K,
yeah,
I'd feel like, well, unless you're going to give it to me for free or like heavily discounted, then you can stick it up your ass because I spent 400 quid on this regular version. And,
yeah, it's like
and also, maybe it's just me. I don't care if Xbox were like, yeah, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna release a 4K Xbox One. I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna stick with my regular Xbox One because I don't care about 4K.
Yeah.
1080p and 720p is just fine.
Oh,
I
God.
don't care. 60 frames per second would be nice, but I'm still okay with 30.
Yeah, they could literally call the Xbox the next Xbox 4, and that wouldn't be confusing at all, would it?
No, like
no.
how everyone was like, it's going to be the Xbox 720, and then like, no, it's the Xbox One, which
yeah.
still doesn't make sense. I think they
No.
called it that because it's supposed to be one system for all your
Yeah,
entertainment,
I literally
which
remember.
it still doesn't do.
No, I literally remember in I think it was Real Steel. Back when the Xbox was still like rumored to be called Xbox 720, there was like this advert on this like boxing match, and it said like Xbox 720 because it was meant to be set in 2015 or something. But yeah, I saw that. No, apparently it's going to be able to have like a better Blu-ray player for like reading like it's a 4K
Yeah,
Blu-ray
4K.
player.
Thing is, there's not that many games that are 4K.
Let
not
alone
games,
films. Yeah.
that's what I meant. There's not that many films that are 4K films, and
No,
if you
like
listen,
sure.
this is marketed for higher class people because 4K films
Yeah.
are about 40, 50 quid.
Yeah, I mean, sure, like, okay, fair enough. Like, most films are, like, filmed in, like you'll get an old film because it's, like, on a film roll. It would be, you can upscale it to anything, but they haven't released it yet, so... Plus,
There are any ones I've seen that are 4K. It was The Martian, and it was 35 quid,
Yeah.
and something else I can't quite remember. That was 40 quid.
Yeah. Plus, the technology for 4K isn't really here yet, or if it is, it's just too expensive. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, apparently, it's going to be better for running the VR, because that's the thing.
Yeah.
And you're only because my dad did this a while ago. He bought because can you remember PlayStation Move?
Yeah.
When my dad was first learning about Project Morpheus, when it was still called that, they were selling for like £2 on Amazon, and he bought about 4 or 5 of these controllers, and now they're worth like 40, 50 quid because you need them for PlayStation VR. So yeah, it's quite good. Yeah, no, I haven't heard too much about it, but I am aware of the PS 4.5, and if they do that and say, oh yeah, this game's only compatible with 4.5,
Well, I like what Phil Spencer said about the Xbox One. He said what they're going to do is, I don't know if they haven't, not entirely clear, but he said they want to do like so it's upgradable.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
Kind of like it will never be like PC, but it'd be open platform. So say they could have one console for the next 20 years, and every like 5-6 years they just release new parts for it.
Yeah, thing is, when it gets to that, it's
every 4 years they're just like, okay, this is the Xbox One 5.6, and has like 8 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM instead of DDR3.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be worrying about DDR5 in 10 years.
No, not for a while, but
yeah, I've still got DDR2 laying around.
I think that's a good idea because you would only need to upgrade, and it might not be too expensive, and you wouldn't have to keep buying a new console. You just have the same console for 10 years in a row. Like you would a PC, you don't buy a new PC every time. You just upgrade it.
Yeah. Yeah, but then I guess that's another argument into it. If you're going to do that, why don't you just have a PC? Because that's the
Yeah,
thing
that's
with
what a lot of
consoles.
people were saying.
Yeah, a lot of consoles are getting closer to the like sort of the PC experience in a way, because they're like, oh, now you have to install games. What next? And like I
I
know,
hate that install games thing.
I know, right? It's just terrible. I'd rather multiple discs. I really would. Multiple Blu-rays.
I still don't know why it doesn't install from disk.
No, I know. That's another thing
You
I
have to
had the other day.
download it.
Or disconnect from the internet. That's one that works.
The thing is, what I don't get is not everyone has unlimited downloads.
No.
So
yeah.
you might get like Quantum Break is rumored to be like 70 gigabytes on console.
Yeah.
What if you only have like a 20 gigabyte download limit?
Yeah.
You're pretty much just screwed. You're gonna have to wait like 3 months before you can download the full game.
Yeah, that's something I've had PC now as well. They'll put about 2 gig on the disc, and then the rest you have to download from Steam. That happened with Fallout 4, and I so happened to didn't have internet when my sister bought it anyway. So she was stuck for like a week without actually being able to play it. So it's just like
I think it's
to kill off the DRM.
A lot of people think that the future of console games will be streaming, which I really hope it isn't, because like I said, not everyone has great internet connection.
No.
Not everyone has unlimited internet.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the reasons why I think the Xbox One is trailing behind the PlayStation in sales. Because when it was first announced, they were like, yeah, it's going to be online all the time. You're going to have to be constantly connected to the internet.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, well, not everyone has good internet connection.
No.
Sometimes the internets drop out. Sometimes they have to turn it off. Download speeds aren't great. They have a download limit, so they can't just have it on all the time.
No. Plus, what happens when these if that did happen, what would happen in like 20 years? Because I like playing my older consoles. You wouldn't be able to play it because the servers would not be up. That would suck.
That's also why I think game streaming is a bad idea, because what happened to retro games,
Yeah.
Like Call of Duty. I'm playing Call of Duty 2 right now.
Yeah.
This is a fairly old game.
Yeah, and
like if say they made a new console and new Call of Duty World at War, and in 10 years after that, it's you can't stream that anymore because the game's too old.
Like the best game in the world ever made, but you can't play it because it was on that certain specific console.
Like
so
Call of Duty 2 is a really good game, but they're like, oh well, it's too old. It doesn't have enough interest anymore, so we decided to discontinue streaming support for it because it was costing too much.
Yeah, goodbye games.
And more people are interested in playing Modern Warfare 12,
Black Ops 22 or something.
Yeah, or the rumored new Call of Duty in space than they are playing a 10-year-old Call of Duty game. And they're all playing online. No one's playing single player, so we're not going to support it anymore. But you paid for it already.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I can't help but think when is Call of Duty just going to be Call of Duty Halo?
I want them to take a year or two off, reinvent the game.
Yeah.
Like Halo did. You play. I haven't played Halo 5 yet, still. But I know it is very different to Halo 1.
Yeah.
And they don't do it yearly. They take breaks. And I love Halo 5. Halo 5 has been. A lot of people say the multiplayer is incredible. It's a very old school arena shooter.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah.
So.
And Call of Duty's just the same old, isn't it?
A lot of people like to mock Halo, but do what 343 did. Take a year off.
Yeah.
Reinvent the series, change it, update it.
Don't milk the cash cow. Feed it grass. Feed it luscious grass. God damn it. Yeah.
Don't milk the cash cow. Get it nice and big, and then feed off of it.
Yeah, exactly. Is there anything else you can think of to talk about in the gaming section?
I was wondering what your thoughts are on VR, because you have there's the PlayStation VR releases soon, doesn't it? And I believe Oculus Rift has finally been released, hasn't it?
Yeah, I believe so.
I remember reading an article. The founder of Oculus Rift said that he didn't want a random delivery guy to deliver the first Oculus, so he went to Alaska and delivered it himself.
Oh wow, it's good on him. Yeah, because I mean, I guess he's come a long way since his like Kickstarter page, hasn't he? So
Yeah, he's
yeah.
incredibly rich now.
Well, yeah, he's got a lot of money. He sold it. Didn't he sell Oculus to Facebook?
Yeah, Oculus is owned by Facebook. Yeah, he sold
Yeah.
it. I can't remember how much it was for. I think it was. I can't
$20
remember
billion.
now.
Let's just say that. 'Cause it's
I think it was
probably-
4 billion.
yeah, some crazy amount of money that
I mean,
you don't need.
Dr.
that much
Dre,
of it.
Dr. Dre sold Beats for 3 billion, and I forgot
Hmm.
his name, but I think he sold it to Facebook for 4 billion.
Yeah. Oh God. Can you remember them fake pair of Beats? Beats by Patel. That's who owns it
The
now.
ones that Jake had.
Pete's by Patel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I still use it from time to time. It's just the DK2 sort of like. Well, I don't know if they're actually keeping support from it. So depends if they're going to support it with the latest like Oculus like releases and stuff. Then yeah, sure, I'll use it. If not, then I'll stick it back in the box, stick it in a cupboard for 20 years, and then get it out and sell it. But yeah, I do enjoy the experience. I don't see why people moan so much. Like it makes them feel sick. I've never had that once. I've never felt sick using it.
Normally, people who say that are motion sick,
Yeah.
they suffer from motion sickness.
Yeah.
But
I'm more hardcore than that. So yeah.
I'm more interested in augmented reality.
Yeah, that does seem. I have seen some demos on that, and that does seem pretty
I've
cool.
seen Microsoft's augmented reality demo.
Yeah.
And I don't even like Minecraft, but watching them play Minecraft
On the
a table.
Oh God, yes, the possibilities.
That would get me buying mine. I mean, could you imagine playing The Sims? I love The Sims
Yeah.
just because I
wow.
like building
you
houses.
could literally like pick them up with your
I could-
hands and stuff.
Yeah, I could be laying in bed and I could just build Sims before I fall asleep,
Right,
build an
okay.
entire house.
Yeah.
Like, I'm more interested in augmented reality because imagine you're in bed, you want to watch a DVD, but you don't want to have to strain your neck staring at a laptop or TV.
Yeah.
So you put your augmented reality glasses on, and wherever you look, the screen is. So you can easily just watch pornography or Big
Yeah.
Bang Theory, whatever it is that gets you off.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything.
And
They're the same thing.
You can just easily, you can just easily watch that
Yeah.
while in bed, and wherever you look. So you watching a movie, you need to stretch your neck or something.
Yeah. It follows.
You're still watching it because
Yeah.
it's right in front of you.
Yeah. No, there's some good games I could think that I would love to play on augmented reality.
Well, so could you imagine, like, everyone goes on about 3D. Remember how 3D used to be a big thing a few years
God,
ago, which
yeah.
I think no one cares about 3D anymore, which I think
No.
exactly what virtual reality is going to be like.
Yeah, it probably
but-
will be. It's a gimmick.
But could you imagine 3D augmented reality? So you're playing
man.
Battlefield and you see the bullets coming towards you.
Yeah.
And because
that'd
you're in
be
augmented
scary as
reality, the
shit.
bullets, because you're in augmented reality, the bullets are like right in front of your face.
Yeah, that would be good.
That would get me interested in augmented reality.
Yeah, I might actually play Call of Duty if that happened.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah,
Just so I could experience bullets flying towards my face in
yeah.
terror
I would
and then
love
have nightmares.
I would love to play Hearthstone on augmented reality. Just like, you know.
could actually pick the cards up.
Yeah.
They're really in your hands.
Yeah. Oh
like
my
you're
god.
holding a fake deck.
I would spend so much money on packs. It's ridiculous. Yeah. No, there's you play solitaire, virtual chess.
Yeah.
No, when you said augmented reality, what I first thought is actually how people are like hooking up like two cameras to the front of an Oculus Rift and like virtually changing what's in their rooms. Like they can change the floor, they can be in some like crazy land. It changes like objects in their room. I don't know if you've seen anything.
Yeah,
about
imagine that.
Yeah.
I haven't, but imagine that with augmented reality. You just put
Yeah.
the glasses on and you're inside.
You could-
Like Call of Duty is in your room.
Yeah, I mean, you could literally live in a shithole, and it wouldn't matter because
You could,
you've got
you could pretend.
you're in a mansion.
You could pretend that your You could pretend that your
Queen's house.
GTA online house is your real house.
Yeah, you wouldn't care. You just live anywhere. You live on the side of the street with an augmented reality
Yeah.
headset. But yeah, no, there's
But I think everyone goes on about virtual reality. It seems like that's a new big thing, and that's great. But I do think it's going to go the way of 3D, where it's going to be a big thing, but no one's really going to pay that much attention to it. And then in about 4 years' time, no one will care. Because what about who uses 3D TVs anymore?
I don't know. Probably no one.
I
No.
don't know anyone that I know a couple of people who bought a 3D TV.
Yeah, they never
I don't know
use it.
anyone that still uses
They
it.
used it like once when the Olympics was on. That's it.
Yeah, they used it to watch like Avatar,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Oh, it's the best thing ever." And now they're like, "Oh yeah, I don't watch 3D anymore."
Thing is, 3D's been around for ages, hasn't it? Just in different
yeah.
forms. Like can you remember back when it was just like having a red eyepiece and a blue eyepiece? I remember going to
still
films
think,
and
even with all the advances in 3D, I still think it's really crap.
yeah, I agree.
I don't think 3D is all that great. It's just the screen, but it looks like it's right in front of you.
No,
But
yeah.
then
No,
there's always that cheesy thing where you pretend to put your hand for it, but you're
yeah,
like, well,
it's 5
not that
minutes of
great.
wonder. No, right,
Yeah.
well, I'll give you my honest opinion about VR. The first time you experience it is the best time you'll have with it because everything is just so amazing. Your brain is not used to it. It's not used to processing it. Like
yeah.
going these amazing worlds, falling 100 feet down and being like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna die!" And it's a crazy experience. But once you get used to it, it's just
You
it's
just
so
kind
boring.
of think, okay, this is not that good anymore.
You get used to it. I could probably jump off a cliff and just pull a straight face and not care because I don't think anything's going to happen to me.
That's exactly what I thought of 3D when it first came out with like 3D TVs and Call of Duty started supporting 3D. Everyone was like, "Oh, it's really good," and then no one cared, and it got really old really quick. I think virtual reality is going to go that way.
Yeah. Problem with 3D TVs as well, like having to wear them glasses with batteries in it. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Plus, it always made the picture look fuzzier.
Is virtual reality really all that different to eye tracking movements?
No,
Because it's
not
just
really.
basically a screen strapped to your face with eye tracking.
Yeah. No, I mean it does feel good like when you look at something up close and it's just right in your face, it literally does feel like it's there, but yeah, basically, yeah. Also like when you move your head like round and like it's really cool when you like push your head forward and then look over your like shoulder because it literally does feel like you're looking over your shoulder.
Yeah, because
But-
the only reason I'd be interested in virtual reality is because I was always kind of interested in eye tracking. So where it tracks your eyes and when you look somewhere, the game looks somewhere. Like I think that's pretty cool, but it's
Yeah.
kind of weird because if you look like right away from the screen, you then can't see the screen.
Yeah.
But I think that's where like I always thought of virtual reality gaming as like the next step in eye tracking because
Yeah, basically.
the problem like I said, the problem with eye tracking is the moment you look away, you can't see it. Whereas virtual reality, the
Yeah.
screens are strapped to your face,
Yeah.
so you can see it.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, if you're into that sort of thing, it's good for that. But yeah, it's just one of them things. It's not necessary, but it's a nice experience for like certain games. Like you don't want to be playing like fast-paced, Battlefield 4 in a VR headset.
I
It just
can't
doesn't work.
imagine.
yeah.
And I can't imagine GTA 6 with virtual reality.
No, because I have bought Vorpex and I've tried GTA 5. Obviously, because it's not very well optimized for an Oculus Rift, it doesn't work the best. But it's cool in a sense, but it could be better. Yeah, but yeah. It's once games actually start releasing properly for it. It's like if Elder Scrolls 6 says, "Oh yeah, we got VR support," then yeah, sure, I'll buy the latest VR headset just to experience it because that'd be awesome. You won't see me anymore. I'll just be living in there. But yeah, yeah. I think that basically sums up VR. My opinion.
Yeah, I
on it,
feel
anyway.
like it's one of those. It's just a gimmick, like Kinect. You
Yeah.
don't need it. You're probably never going to use it, but it's a kind of a cool thing to have.
Yeah.
But I feel like after a few years, people are just going to be like,
Meh.
you remember
Yeah.
virtual reality?
That was cool.
When people are strapped into their giant chairs in real worlds.
Oh god, yeah.
20 years time, they're all going to be like, you remember how we used to do this with a camera strapped to our face?
Yeah, the people from the Matrix. Yeah. Okay, I only have one story for you today. We were going to talk about a Chinese man on a
Pooping on a train with a bucket?
yeah, but there was no content to it at all. So instead,
It is just exactly as it sounds. A
Yeah,
Chinese man taking a bucket
you
on a
can't
train
go
and
in.
pooping?
You can't go into more depth than that, can you? That's it. Chinese man poops in bucket on train.
I hope he went into more depth than that, but
Yeah, I hope he did as well. Oh.
like, did he take toilet roll with him? Did he
Oh,
take baby
it's-
wipes to wipe with?
I
or
don't think they do that.
how
No,
did he wash his hands? Did he take like little bottle of soap to just wash his hands?
probably not. This is China. Oh, that's a bit racist. Okay, no. Well, no, don't order a Kung Pao chicken. It's
Sorry
spelled
if you're
poo.
eating Chinese food right now.
Yeah. No. I don't know if you know much about Chinese trains and all that, but
I know nothing about them.
well, basically they have masses and masses of people on them, and they have no toilets on them. So people normally just wear a nappy, and they will just soil themselves and just poo in their nappy, and then they'll get off the
Ooh.
train, go to where they need, take the nappy off,
And
swap
then
into a different nappy.
that same
And then
man will
they'll-
be conducting a multi-million-dollar deal at lunch
Yeah,
while
and
he's
they'll,
sitting on the train
he'll
with poo going through his crotch.
thing is, he will
Ooh.
actually take the nappy, all the nappies. They sell nappies onto the Chinese restaurants, and they make a black bean sauce out of it. Just in case you didn't know.
Ugh.
No, they don't do that. But that's another bit of propaganda against Chinese people.
I wasn't sure if you were serious because I know there are some. I've heard stories of some restaurants doing some things with
No, that was
excrement.
no, that was a bit of Chinese propaganda used by the Koreans, I guess, or something. No.
Brought to you by America.
Yeah. No. Anyway. Swiftly moving on from poo-related topics. Onto another one.
Can't
really.
say
Well,
I'm upset.
oh, straight from a poo-related topic to a sick-related topic. The new
Even better.
Captain Birdseye suffers from seasickness. The man chosen to play Birdseye's much-loved mascot will have to act in more ways than one as he seeks to overcome condition for new role. As the face of fish for almost 50 years, Captain Birdseye is one of the most recognizable seafarers on the planet. But the new man to play the Birdseye, much-loved advertising mascot, will have to act in more ways than one because he suffers from sickness. Well, seasickness anyway. Not only does he look the part, but we loved his enthusiasm for the role and believe he encapsulates all of the qualities we're looking for in a Captain Birdseye. Steve Chantry, Birdseye.
Basically, a guy with a beard.
Yeah, no, he looks like a Birdseye. He definitely looks like a Birdseye. I didn't realise maybe the last Birdseye died or retired. Probably died. They're always old and beardy.
I like how they say a
um,
much-loved mascot because that's what we love as consumers. A man who's trying to sell us
Old
crappy
men-
fish products.
Old men with a beard selling us fish fingers. Yeah, that's what I really look
Yeah.
for in a person. That's why you
Because
actually
when I-
sell.
when I
You're
go
a
to,
fishmonger, aren't you, with a beard?
When I go to fishmongers,
Yeah.
I ask them, "Do you have an old guy with a beard who's going to talk to me about where his fish fingers have been?"
Yeah. I don't want to know where his fish fingers have been, but
I
Yeah.
do.
well,
I have to know.
Army hearties, do you want to know where my fish fingers have been? No.
Yeah, isn't that how he sounds as well? Doesn't he sound like a stereotypical pirate?
Probably. I can't remember the last time I even saw him.
I haven't seen a bird's eye advert in years.
Well, they've been trying to record an advert, but he just keeps fucking throwing up, and that isn't going to sell them fish fingers. But yeah,
Wait, do they actually record the adverts on sea? Can't they just use a green screen? That's probably what they do anyway.
Yeah.
When was the last time
oh
an
God.
advertising company were like, "Yeah, we're actually going to use a real thing instead of just a green screen"?
Yeah, so, no, they actually use Oculus VR, and he's very motion sick. And that's what happens.
Yeah, that's
He's on a-
really what it is. It's just
he's
he's
on a
using
boat.
Oculus Rift. He's
Yeah.
just sick.
Yeah, he can't handle it. No, yeah, that's
He's still going to try and PlayStation VR, seeing if it would be any different.
Yeah. Oh, I've gotten also a little bit extra news. It was just in a different font. Despite being accustomed to a life by the sea, enjoying long walks on the beach, Mitch Commins is seeking to overcome the new condition to master his new marina role. The retired fishery worker will don the captain's hat to front the frozen. Now I've got some. Right, 3 words of F. Frozen fish firms. New television ads from the next month.
Oh, alliteration.
Yeah, I know, right? That was hard for me to pronounce. I'm bad at pronunciation of the. Oh, for fuck's sake! See, I lose. Now I've gone into this rut of not being able to talk. But yeah, let's not talk about alliteration anymore because I'll just fucking eat my tongue or something.
Alliteration.
Yeah, I'd rather eat that than fucking fish fingers. I'll give you that. So yeah, this is just a bit of ad. Why are we advertising for Bird's Eye products? We're basically just doing a big advertisement.
Brought to you by Bird's Eye.
Yeah, this is sponsored by Bird's Eye. Buy our fish fingers. They're very fishy. Because that's just something to do with fish.
Finger has been shoving his
yeah.
dirty fingers all over them as well.
What are fish fingers? Are they like? They're basically the the corned beef of
It's all
fish,
the
aren't they?
leftovers
The
that they
chicken
couldn't get
nuggets
from
of
the
fish.
salmon, and they just throw it into batter. I have no
only-
idea. It's probably
yeah.
something disgusting, like chicken nuggets. How they do
Yeah.
chicken nuggets.
Oh god, chicken McNuggets. Are probably
Bird's
the
eye
worst
fish
thing ever.
fingers are the McDonald's of chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
No, wait, what? That
The
didn't make
McDonald's of
sense.
chicken nuggets. Yeah, I know what you
It
mean.
made sense in my head, but
And then when it
I
came
said
out, it
it out
came out.
loud, it didn't.
It came out backwards. Oh, I seem to be
Yeah.
receiving a phone call, so I'm gonna just turn that off. So yeah, that's good. Right, okay. That is literally all I have for weird news. Apparently someone is very annoyed with me and is texting me, so I'm just gonna ignore that. It's probably someone asking me, do you want to come out or something? So yeah, that is it for the weird news section. Swiftly moving on to, are you ready for a quiz? It's from your favourite website, doquizzes.com. And
The website where anyone can post any quiz, no matter how illogical it is.
I think we might have to make a quiz, you know. Yeah, we'll find out.
Are
about
you
that.
sure you're ready to make a quiz?
Yeah. What podcast are you? No, the quiz is, what mythical creature are you? Interesting.
Phoenix. I'm a phoenix.
Well, we're going to find that out. Oh, of course, the first question of any aspiringly good quiz is, what's your favourite colour?
Because that matters when I'm
Yeah.
a mythical creature.
Yeah, so blue/green, red/orange, black, pink/white/yellow, or all of them.
I'm gonna have to admit, I kind of drifted off, so I'm just gonna say all of them.
All of them, alright then. Okay, you will not be getting Phoenix because that will probably be red or orange. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. I know.
Yeah, too late though. Which one of these elements? Oh no, the colour questions are the worst, aren't they? Because they always have blue/something, don't they? And it's just like, oh well, I have to read that out. So it
They
doesn't
never
really
actually
work.
give you the option to write your own color. My
No.
favorite color could be gold, but I never get the option.
Well, that's just have to go under all of them, won't it? Okay, which one of these elements do you like best? Earth, water, fire, or air?
See, I thought you were gonna say periodic elements.
No, not borium or something.
What was it? Earth, water, fire, or ice?
Air.
No, earth, water,
Earth, water, fire, or
water.
air.
Why would fire be on there, but ice wouldn't?
Oh, it's just... God knows, it's probably like based on like Avatar, the like, Airbender.
Fire.
Yeah. Why do you even question it? It's on doquizzes.com. Okay,
Yeah.
which...
Brought to you by Do Quizzes.
Yeah, we're sponsored
Start
by...
your quiz now.
Okay. Now we've
trial.
done with all the plugging ads. Which words describe you best?
There's no more sponsors.
No.
So
yeah. Athletic, outgoing, and funny. Shy, kind, smart. Rebel, street smart, unpredictable. Creative, quirky, fun. Helpful, trustworthy, humble. Confident, curious, daring. Talented, lovable, optimistic, or independent, complex, stubborn. There's no way you're going to remember any of them, is it?
literally none of them describe me.
No, I will put you I'll put you
You're gonna
as...
pick for me.
Oh, good. I'll choose rebel, street smart, and unpredictable.
Basically, ghetto.
Yeah, you're the crazy kid, aren't you? Okay.
I'm the game.
Oh god, here we go. Pick a quote, because this has to do with a mythical creature. Right, okay, number one is... There
Does
is
it have
always...
Winston Churchill?
No, it literally looks like these sort of quotes you see on, like, Facebook.
Is there one from George R. R. Martin?
No. There's one from Abraham Lincoln.
Then I quit. Oh, what's that?
In the end, it's not the years in your life that count, it's the life your years. The life in your years. He's not illiterate. I just can't read, apparently. So I'll just go for that one because it's the only
Probably go
person
with that
on there.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because this quiz matters so much.
It's probably not even a real quote from this, because a lot of people, there's an entire
Right.
website dedicated to fake quotes.
Okay, this is the stupidest question on a mythical creature, are you? Which one would you rather get? Phoenix, unicorn, werewolf, centaur, dragon, fairy, mermaid, or griffin. It literally lets you decide which you want to be.
Ooh.
Is it a phoenix by any
Difficult.
chance? Because you talked about
It
phoenixes
could
earlier.
be,
Ooh.
but I may also want to be a fairy.
Ah, well, do you want to put
I've
fairy
been
down?
called a fairy. I've been called a fairy a few times in my life, so
Well,
yeah, let's go fairy.
yeah, okay, fairy. And you got phoenix. This means you're strong, loyal, proud,
Yeah.
wise, stubborn, and very powerful. Because that's how I believe the person who wrote this actually wrote it. Yeah, that's what you got.
I don't think I'm any of those,
No, but yeah, that's
but I absolutely am a phoenix.
that is the stupid ridiculous quiz of today. So now we're just going to go over to a couple of Ask Reddit questions, and we'll finish up. So
That's good.
right, first Ask Reddit. Ask Quedit. Who's Quedit?
Reddit.
Oh, I
You're
hate.
spending too much time on doquizzes.com.
Yeah, it's dumb. It's killed off my brain cells. Worse than drinking alcohol, apparently.
Doquizzes.com is worse than alcohol and marijuana combined.
Yeah. If you had to live inside a TV show, which show would you choose?
Game of
like-
Thrones.
Yeah, it's easy, isn't it? It's
Game of Thrones or The Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead. Yeah,
Or Sons of Anarchy. I like bikes.
yeah. There's a few other shows I could think of actually.
Yeah, there are. I feel like House of Cards would be kind of cool if I
Yeah.
could work for the president.
So, I was thinking something more on the lines of like crazy, like in the future sci-fi sort of setting. Like, you know, it's like this crazy
Family
dystopian
Guy.
future. Family Guy, The Simpsons, and Be Yellow.
Happen
not-
Leonard.
Yeah. I think so, I don't know. I think something like
I'd want to live in CSI because
Galactica.
the crime rate there must be great because they always solve
Yeah.
the murders.
Yeah.
It only takes like a day as well. So if I
Yeah,
was
but would you-
murdered, I could
Mm.
have the relief CSI team would solve my death in like 12 hours.
Yeah, but then it's just you live in it for one day and then you're dead, or you turn out. What if it turns out you are the murderer? That's not fun. Rest of life in jail.
Oh, what if I'm the detective?
Ah,
If I'm
yeah,
the
that.
detective and I have like the best, I have the best solve rate ever,
Mm.
I could ask for like a huge raise
And then move, and then like leave on season
and
3
then cancel
and just live
the
in
TV show.
Hawaii. Yeah, move
Yeah.
to Hawaii or something. No, yeah, I was thinking something like Battlestar Galactica, but yeah, yeah, I think
That'd be
that's-
good. Or Star Trek.
Yeah,
Or X Files.
yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Talk with the aliens. No, I can't think of much else that I'd really want to live in. No sort of demonic hells where I just die all the time. No, thank you.
There's probably quite a few, like Arrow, Universe of Arrow.
Yeah, just some crazy stuff. Really.
So I could
like-
actually be Arrow.
Like we say Game of Thrones, we say The Walking Dead, but would you really want to live with zombies, like, you know, biting
Yeah.
your neck off? I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to
I
live that. I can understand it's pretty cool, but I don't know. I don't want to die. I wanna
I,
live in
w-
some
I
sort-
would want to live there because I would have the peace and quiet of knowing that about 3/4 of the human race has been murdered,
that I hate. Yes, I can understand that. Actually.
and that is very comforting to me.
No, I think
Plus,
I'd
who
like-
wouldn't want to go around and kill zombies and
Yeah.
scavenge for food? You could just walk into Tesco's and take the entire store
Yeah,
because everyone would be dead.
The Walking Dead UK. We live in the countryside. We're basically okay. Like the biggest.
Exactly. Where I'm not ashamed to admit, I thought about a zombie apocalypse several times, and where I live
Oh,
is
yeah.
like the perfect location because it's in the middle of nowhere. There's like 12 shops and 3 villages nearby. So if there was an apocalypse,
Probably
and I was
wouldn't
like
affect us, would
the
it?
no, I'm like one of the only people that'd be alive in
Yeah.
my mind.
Could you imagine?
So I
like,
could easily loot the like all villages near me, all stores. Plus,
Mm.
there's a town centre.
Yeah.
We'd be well off.
Could you imagine if like all the farmers like united and like started this group up of like just murdering everyone because they're the only people with shotguns apparently. Or look at
Yeah.
that house over there. Let's go loot
we
it.
have shotguns, so we're good.
Yeah, that's all right then. I think that's basically what we're going to get out of that question. So I've got one more question and then we'll end up. The last question from Ask Reddit is: you just bought a gay nightclub. What is the name? No, you have to think about this one.
Say that again.
You just You just bought a gay nightclub. What is the name of the nightclub?
Long schlongs.
Yeah, that's a good one. I was thinking of mine would actually be, because I'm getting a fucking phone call every 2 minutes. This always happens when I record podcasts. Like someone wants something. I should
At
probably
least
turn
it's
my phone
better
off
than
next
last time. Last time we
Yeah.
just get disconnected.
Oh yeah, I think people can live through a phone going boop 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 boop. You can tell I've got an Android.
Yeah.
You can tell I've made the move. Okay, so I think mine would just be hard-ons, I think, but that's a shit name.
You call it HAR tar dons.
Yeah.
So it's not.
Oh yeah,
too
yeah.
obscure.
Oh yeah, I get yeah.
It's
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of hidden in the name, so it's
Yeah.
Ha Dons. Welcome
See-
to Ha Dons.
Yeah, so you'd get away with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was the Ask Reddit questions.
I like long schlong.
Yeah. Next time I'll probably do
our
some.
sponsors of thank you to Birdseye and
And thank you to our one
Go
listener
quizzes
on
or whatever.
podbean.com. Yeah, we've got one
And,
listener. Hopefully, he doesn't, you know.
definitely go to visit Long Schlongs, opening soon near you.
Yeah, they sell fish fingers and the other thing we mentioned, which I can't
Our
remember.
official mascot is the fisherman.
Yeah.
I forgot his name.
Oh
Birdseye.
God, it's like a him but in a gimp suit.
I was then thinking of him
Oh,
standing
God.
outside the club.
He's got like one of them yellow fishing hats on, and then he's
And
just like,
he's got the same voice of that guy in Diablo. Hello.
"Oh, hello, love. You all right? Do you want to come have a pop in? Have a pop in at Hard-Ons. Come on in."
Pop
Yeah.
into Long Schlongs, love.
Oh,
I got a dancer just for you.
yeah. Okay, goodbye, everyone. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Hope you enjoyed and all that. Bye.
Goodbye.